Hello, everybody. Today we have a man amongst us who needs no introduction. He's Mr. Rishi Vasudev, co-founder of Goat Ventures, which is a brand we have heard about only recently. And he's here to speak to us about it today. Firstly, heartiest congratulations on your new venture and the office space. So let's dive right into this. And can you tell us what Goat Ventures is all about?
Yes. So as you're all aware that e-commerce is a segment which is growing very fast, and especially thanks to pandemic, more and more consumers are now comfortable buying online. In e-commerce, there is a whole new customer base, and it's a whole new opportunity for brands and labels to sell their products directly to consumers, unlike the offline world where you have to have distribution to reach out to your consumers, which at a lot of time in a lot of times is quite expensive for small brands to be able to access. So e-commerce provides the opportunity for a lot of brands to reach directly to the consumers, and this has led to a lot of new brands being launched. So what I saw in the market is that a lot of brands launch and they quickly scale themselves up to about 10, 20, 30 lakhs of business per month. And that's where then they face challenges of any brand trying to be from a small brand to a large brand, where they have challenges of working capital, they have challenges of various areas of expertise, including digital marketing, back-end, warehousing, logistics, knowing how to sell on different marketplaces, etc. So with that as a challenge to the market, so we believe that there's a great opportunity to help the upcoming D2C brands, to help them become big brands. So our aim is to really take brands which are 5 to 10 crores or maybe 15 crores run rate and take them to be 100 crore brands in 3 to 5 years. So for that, Goat will provide expertise to these brands. So first of all, we'll invest in these brands, and then we will provide them expertise in various areas like warehousing, logistics, sales on marketplaces, sales through their own website, digital marketing capabilities, and obviously availability of funds to ensure that growth continues to happen unabated. So that's the model of Goat. So we just raised some funds, and we'll be deploying these funds into founders who are really passionate about growing their brands and would like to partner with us. And then we bring all our capabilities to these brands to make them 100 crore plus brands.
Right. So, given that e-commerce and D2C brands have been around for a minute now, why did you plan to launch Goat now? Why not earlier, or why not later?
Okay. Yeah. So why I launched now is that, I happen to be here looking for doing something for the ecosystem. And it seems like a right time, because last 3-4 years, the ecosystem has really opened up. A lot of brands need to go through this cycle of 1 to 2 years when they actually see how the brands move from the 0 to 1 journey. So why it's the right time now is that due to pandemic, the demand for D2C brands has really gone up. And yet you find that many brands who should have scaled up 3x, 4x in the last couple of years are actually struggling to stay afloat, because something or the other might have gone wrong with them. They might have gone wrong on their inventory planning, or they may not have access to easy funds to build more working capital, or they may be struggling to get the right people on board so that they can drive this growth. So this seems like the right time where the market is growing for D2C brands, and yet there are many brands who have done the hard work of reaching 0 to 1 and are really struggling to move from 1 to 10.
That's true. That's very true. So it will give them also a new platform.
Yes.
Given that we don't know much about Goat, and we have heard about it officially via news yesterday only, can you tell us something about your journey? What was it like raising investments? How did the idea come about? And anything else you would like to share with us?
Okay. So I've spent about 2 decades in the industry. I spent the first 13, 14 years of my career in the offline industry working for Aditya Birla Group, and then then Arvind brands. And I have worked for some of the leading brands in the country, which is Louis Philippe, Arrow, Gant. My last assignment in offline was as CEO of Calvin Klein. So post that, I spent about 5 to 6 years in Flipkart as head of their fashion business, and then eventually taking over as head of both Flipkart and Myntra's fashion business. So I was the group head of fashion for the Flipkart group, and then moved on to my last assignment in the corporate world, which was with Lifestyle and Home Center. So having done that journey of both offline and online, I realized that how fast this whole online market is emerging and how there is a need for many more brands in this online space. So when I moved out of my last assignment in Landmark Group, which was as CEO of Lifestyle and Home Center, I was looking to really pick up something where I can give back to the ecosystem. So build a business and also really help a lot of the upcoming entrepreneurs become larger, bigger entrepreneurs, help them with fundraise, help them with efficiency, help them with growth. So that's how it came about. And then, when we put this plan together and went to various VCs, we saw a huge amount of interest, as well as from a lot of experts in the market. So if you look at the press release that we put out yesterday, a lot of industry experts have come together to be part of this journey. And therefore, we believe that at GOAT, we bring together not only the experts in terms of investment and fundraise, we also have the experts in various fields, right from the MD of Condé Nast to the CEO of Techsport, which is a large exporter of garments, to people like Sujit, who's co-founder of Udaan. So we have a lot of experts on board who will provide this expertise through GOAT onto the brands that we bring on board. So yeah, happy to be backed by some of the biggest investors, including Tiger Global, Flipkart, Mayfield, and Northstar, and a lot of angels who have believed in us and given us the funding to really start this journey. So yeah, that's how it happened quickly. I moved out of my last job on 31st March, and very quickly we moved forward with developing the business idea and getting the funding. And here we are, talking to a lot of brands and ready to pick the first few ones who will join the GOAT family and then start the journey towards becoming the greatest of all time.
Right. As you said, you've interacted with online as well as offline companies. You've been CEO of Calvin Klein. You've been associated with the lifestyle brand and Flipkart and Myntra. Given all this wide exposure you've had, how do you plan to inculcate your learnings into GOAT and make it stand out from all the existing players out there?
Yeah. So for very long, online and offline have run as two parallel universes, right? That people who are very, very good in offline, they have done things in a certain way and they have become very efficient in doing it in a certain way. And suddenly when the online market has opened up, those leaders are finding it tough to really come to speed or come to grapple fully the opportunity that is available online. And on the other side, you see online is growing very fast and there is a lot of new talent coming up who understand the online ecosystem. They know how digital marketing works. They know how the unit economics in online works, but they haven't spent enough time in the offline industry to understand product design, fashion, etc. So I think with my background, having spent sufficient years on both sides and knowing some of the best talent both in online and offline world, there's an opportunity to bring it together through GOAT. That means we bring in the expertise or the art of brand building, the art of design, fashion, and the complete science of e-commerce and digital marketing, and really create this new capability which will help brands grow very fast online. So this is emerging like a new area. There are two areas of expertise, and now the confluence of these two areas is becoming very, very important as brands try to grow. And we believe that with my background and some of the people who have already joined the company, we have huge capability in enabling brands to do that.
That's awesome. You seem to have done a lot of research and a lot of homework, although I'm sure it might not have been difficult for you given your existing expertise. So coming back to GOAT, you said that you have drawn in investment from Tiger Global, Flipkart and other giants. What has your business model been like in an already crowded space that drew these investors towards GOAT?
Yeah, so this is an upcoming model. In the sense, globally, the accelerator model or the roll-up model is gaining a lot of steam. You would have heard of companies like SellerX, Thrasio, Perch, which have actually operated in, they've tended to keep off fashion, but they've done in home and kitchen, they've done a lot of roll-up and general merchandise. So this is a segment where people have seen the value that individuals, brands working and trying to win the battle versus a lot of brands being part of a larger group it has always been a better strategy. And even in offline, you have seen that a lot of companies, large conglomerates, actually operate multiple brands, consumer brands, while the back end is driven by a common system. So I think given that it's worked in the past in terms of how brands have been built in online and how offline, and now online is also seeing a lot of aggregation globally, I think the backers really understand this business plan. And then what I mentioned in the previous question that you asked, that there is this knowledge base that is there with startup founders, and there is a knowledge base of large organizations and how they work. And as you bring them together, there is more synergy. So I think that's the key, that GOAT, me and my team have to add a lot of value to the brands. If you don't add value to the brands, then they were better off doing what they were doing. So therefore, this whole belief that GOAT and its team members can add a lot of value to the brands is really the thesis on which the investments have happened.
Right, there seems to be a lot of future-based and goal-setting mindset I see here, which is great. Given that thought process, where would you like to see GOAT, say, 5 years down the line? Are international expansion on the card somewhere?
Yeah, since it's based on e-commerce as the primary channel, so all the brands that we acquire, we definitely have plans in the short term to also start selling them in other markets. Because if there are great products that have been created, then why be restricted to selling them only in India? And India is a huge opportunity. So for now, we have really put our sight to picking up more and more categories and brands in those categories for the Indian market. But who knows, once we have saturated that, then this model can quickly move to other countries, as we have seen with the aggregator models globally.
Right. Given that it's an e-commerce platform, how can customers order, or how soon can they order?
So customers will continue to buy from the brands that we acquire. So we are not going to build a growth website. It's not a consumer-facing proposition. It's a company. So it's like if you look at Tata Group or Birla Group or P&G, you don't buy on a P&G site or a Tata site. You buy the individual brands which belong to that company. So similarly, GOAT will have a lot of brands that it partners with. So each of those brands would be available through their own website, and as well as through online and offline distribution of the marketplaces, as well as the offline retailers. So that's where you can buy some of the brands that we acquire.
Okay, so is this a part of the Thrasio style business model you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
How is GOAT planning to expand on that? Because it's been really profitable in the US, but what's profitable there need not be profitable here. What do you plan to do about the Indian market in particular? Yeah,
so in the long term, we'll all learn. It's very early days for the Indian market. A few things which are different with GOAT and the Thrasio model that you talked about is that they don't venture into categories like fashion, where there's an element of design, product changes, etc. We are operating both in fashion as well as the other categories. We believe that these brands will be profitable. Like I said, we have to add value to them, and therefore, when you bring them together and reduce their back-end cost or give them economies of scale, this model should be profitable. However, if there are strong brands and they need investment in the short term to make them very, very strong D2C brands, we will not pull away from doing that investment. So therefore, we want to make businesses more efficient, more profitable, as well as invest behind the brands in the short term so that they become stronger brands and have much more connect with the consumers. Because remember, these are brands which are just $1 to $3 million, and they are in their infancy in terms of their journey towards 100 programs. So therefore, some of our investments will be behind growing the brands.
Right. So before we let you go for the day, I wanted to ask you that the name GOAT, which is greatest of all time, if we look at it in today's language, how did that name come about? Normally, they try to put something which is slightly more catchy without a full form or anything of that sort. Why GOAT?
Okay. So, yeah, I love sports, and I'm myself avid sportsman. I'm not very good at playing something. I'm not a champion, but I love playing it, and I spend a lot of time, and I also do a lot of running. So I have been inspired by all these greats in sport, right from Roger Federer to Muhammad Ali to Michael Schumacher. So So they have all been goats for me, greatest of all time. And when I thought of these different brands, there are these founders who are champions, who have created something. They have left their cushy jobs. They've tried to create, in a crowded market, they've tried to create a proposition, and they deserve really to stand on a podium as the greatest of all time. So when we thought about this, it was all about getting the best people in various fields to be made available to various brands, and together make them all the greatest of all time. So it really fitted well with that. And then if you look at it the other way, goat is a wise animal. It's not aggressive. It doesn't really push you hard, but it really guides you. It can also climb mountains without really trying to be very, very in your face. So it went with a style of expertise, knowledge, wisdom, as well as bringing together many experts together and saying that, okay, are we making the greatest team, the greatest set of brands to build the greatest brands of all time?
And that's quite an interesting story, inspired from both personal as well as professional front. So that's quite good. So with that thought, I'll take your leave for the day. Thank you so much, Rishi Vasudev, sir, for joining us. And that's it. And we'll see you.
Thank you, Uvi. Great talking to you guys. Thank you.